to another tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to look at how to send an email from a Laravel application with attachments, and in this case we are going to use Mailtrap. This is a fresh installation of Laravel, and I would like us to just go ahead and see how we can be able to implement this. The first thing I'm going to do is to log into Mailtrap. So you click on login, and then I can log in using an email that I've just created now. So it has taken us to the login account. I will click on one of my emails, and then so this is the way the page looks, and I will click on email testing because I've already created an account, and then we are going to look at settings. So I will click settings, and under settings we are going to get the test credentials that we are going to use in this case. So I will change from what we have here. Whatever is that is selected at first is Carl. I'm going to change it to Laravel 7+, so Laravel from version 7 upwards. So that's what I'm going to select, and then it's going to give me some details here which I'm going to copy. So we have mailer, and then mail host, and then username and password, and in this case I will just copy it like that. And these ones are supposed to not to be shared, but in this case this is a disposable email. It's just an email that I don't use, so I don't have an issue of maybe being spammed with many emails, because I can even terminate it in due time. So we have up until encryption, so I'm going to paste all that here, whatever it is that we have copied from Mailtrap. So after that I would like to create a controller, and in this case our controller we are going to call it something like contact controller. So we are going to have the command php artisan make controller, and the name of the controller, and the name of the controller is contact controller, like that. After that, if the controller is created successfully, I want us to, yes, the controller is created successfully. I want us to go to routes web.php and also set a route for this controller, and we are going to just have one method. So in this case I'm going to import that controller here. So use app http controllers, and then contact controller, and then we are going to have a method which we are going to call so route, and we can have it as a get with a get method. In this case we can just say contact, and then we can reference the controller. So we can say contact controller, class, and then the method that we'll be calling in this contact controller. In this case we can even just call it contact, like that, and then we will close it like that. So let me just extend this such that you can be able to see exactly everything that we have here. Yes, so we have it like that. Then I want us to go to our contact controller and then do a few things there. But before we do that, I also want to create a Mailable class. So in this case we are going to use the command PHP, let me just move this one such that it's a little bit more visible. You're going to use the command PHP artisan make mail, and in this case let me call it customer mail or something of that sort. Customer mail, and it has been created, and where the mailables are created, we have it in app and then mail. So here then, as you can see, we have customer mail. So I think that one is good enough. So I would like us to go to our controller and be able to do some few things there. So I want us to have one method which we are going to call contact. So I'm going just to say public function contact, like that, and inside here we are going to pass in a few parameters that we are going to work with. So in this case I want us to send some message. So probably this one you might be sending this information from a form or something of that sort, and so there are several things that I would like us to send in our request. So I want to have a property called data, which is an array of values, and inside here I want us to place in several things. So the first thing I want us to have is subject. So the subject of our email, and we can say this one, we can set it to maybe test subject. And then the other thing that I would like us to have is the body of our email. Let me just call it body, maybe the message or something of that sort. And maybe we can say message from customer, something of that sort. And then after that I also would like to reference an image. In this case there is not an image, a file that we have it in, there's a file that I've put in storage. Is this file here? I've put it in storage app public. So, and it's a PDF file, and we have it as name.pdf. So is the next thing that I would like us to have it here. So I'm going to just say path. So this will be the file that you'll be sending as an attachment in the message that you'll be sending in this email. So the path, we can set it as follows. So we can have it as public, because it is in storage public folder. So public, and then / the name of the file. In this case we call it name.php, something of name.pdf, pdf, like that. So that is our file, and I think everything is good in this data property that we have. We also have to import the mail class. So in this case I'm going to write above here use app, and then mail, and then the name of our mailing class. In this case we have called it customer. What have we called it? We have called it customer mail, I think, something of that sort. Yes, customer mail, like that. So that is okay. The next thing that we need to do now is to send our email. So in this case we are going to just say mail to, to, and we're going to put the email that we are sending this email to. So maybe I can just say we are sending to hello@example.com, and then we are going to chain send, and after that we can say new, and then the name of our mailing class, so in this case customer mail, and then we can be able to pass in anything that we are sending in this mail. So in this case I'm going to pass the array of values that we have set, the variable data. So I think that one is okay. After that, maybe we can say we just want to return, and we can say, just put something, you can say email sent, like that. So you save that, and then you go to our customer mail and do a few things inside here. So the first thing we're going to do, because in whatever it is that we are sending, we have a variable called data. So that is the first thing that we are going to work with. So we are going to declare a variable called data here. So we can say data, public data, and then reference it in our constructor. So we are going to pass it and reference it. So here we are going to pass in data, and we are going to reference it as follows. We are going to say that this data, this data is the same as this data property that we have, like that. You save it like that. Yes, we are having an error because of failing to put a semicolon there. Then we have the envelope, and here I would like us to do the following. So at least for the subject, we have a subject that we are sending from our controller. So in this case I'm going to change this, and I'm going to just reference, so we can say this data, and then we are going to find whatever it is that we had there. So I believe we call it subject, like that. So that will be the subject of our email, and we can also be able to write where the email is coming from. So I can write here from, so this will be sort of like the email that was used to send this email. So in this case we can have new address, and then we will have our email here. So in this case I'm going to just say maybe coders base at gmail maybe.com, something of that sort, and then I think that will be good enough in this envelope method. After that we will go to the content, and here we are going to return the view, in this case that you have the data that you are getting from our contact controller. So here I want us to just return a view. In this case a view, we can call it mail. It will be inside the mail folder, and then inside the mail folder, which we are going to create in resources views, we want to create a file called customer email .blade.php, something of that sort. So I would like us to go to resources views, and in here I want us to create a new folder which we are going to call mail, like that. And then after that we are going to create a file inside this folder, and we are going to call it customer-email .blade PHP, like that. And inside here I want us to just put a few things, because we are doing something that is simple. I just want us to just say maybe customer subject, and in this case we are going to look at the data property that you are passing in, and then we are going to look for, in that array we are going to look for subject. And then after that maybe we can have a BR tag to just give us one space. Then we can have customer maybe message. So this is what that which will be going in our email, but you can be able to style this the way you want. And we also have some other things that you can be able to do that are created by Laravel to be able to assist you to create this. And so for me, I am just interested in just going this short way. So data, and then here we are going to pass the body. I think we called it body, if I'm not wrong. Yes, so let me just check if that is true. In our controller we had body. Yes, body. Yeah, that is how you call it. So in this case I'm going to save whatever is that is here. So we will just be sending two things, customer subject and customer message, and it will be what it is that you have typed in our body. So I would like us to go back to customer mail and do something a little bit more, whereby now we will be working on the attachment. So if I've referenced my file properly, then we can be able to attach that file here, and this is what we are going to do. So we are going to attach our file in our email using the helper attachment, and then from storage, because that is where our file is, and then we can be able to pass in the path. And in this case the path, we set it in our controller and we called it path. So in this case we can say this data, and then checking that array we look for path, like that. We will save that. Now if everything is fine, then we will be able to send our email. So let us attempt to do that. So I want us to first of all ensure that we are running our Laravel application. So in this case I'm going to type PHP artisan serve, like that. I believe our application is running. Where is it? Our application is not running yet, but I would just want us to check here. And what we are going to do is just type in localhost 8000 and it will run our Laravel application if everything is fine. And so this is Laravel 10, and I want to just forward, sorry for that, I just want to click / and then write contact. We see if everything will be fine. I hit enter and it says app HTTP controller mail not found. So there is something that we have not imported here in our controller. So let me check. Probably yes, we are supposed to import the mail facade, and I had forgotten to do that in our controller. So we can only be able to use it that way if we have the facade. So here we can say use eliminate support facades and then mail. That's the reason why we were getting that error. but it's good because at least some things beyond we are having them being okay. And also in app mail we are having address not found. So also there, let me check why. Maybe it could be just a mistyping. So let me see. Address not found. Let me see. Yes, address, from address, and then this subject. Let me just check and see why we're having an issue. Yes, for us to use address, we must import it above here. So we can say use illuminate mail mailables, and then we are going to have address, and then we will also do the same for attachment. That is the only way we can be able to attachment, like that. Attachment, have I typed it? Not attachment, like that. So I think if everything is okay, we can try again and see if we will be able to send this request. So you try again. Now it's taking a while. This seems to be good. It says connection could not be established. Let me just try again. Let us try again. So localhost 8000, and then contact. It's taking a while also. I think is a good thing. Yes, and we have email sent. So that is very, very, very okay. Now I want us to go to Mailtrap and check our inbox. As you can see, we have a message that was delivered a few seconds ago, and we have customer subject, test subject, and customer message from customer. This is a successful tutorial, I think. You ask that you subscribe, share, comment, such that we can be able to do more in this area. Thank you very much.